From Forex Traders Daily, this is your daily analysis with Ross Mullins, live from Richmond, Virginia.
Hello everyone, this is today's video analysis for January 17th, 2018. Today we're going to take a look at the NZDUSD, the New Zealand dollar, versus the US dollar for today's trade analysis. The first most important thing that we're looking at here is the trend. Take a look at the blue trend line as we've been rising along the trend. There is a pattern within this trend that we'll discuss here in a moment, but clearly the market has been in an uptrend. One other thing I want to point out before we discuss this pattern is the black trend line from the high down to the low on the left hand side. What's important about that is I took a Fibonacci retracement measurement from the high of the black trend line down to the lowest low on the chart. In doing that, we find the 0.618 Fibonacci retracement level sitting at 72.61, which happens to be the top of the blue shaded area where it coincides with the top of the blue trend line. So we see Fibonacci of the previous downtrend at 72.60, the top of our blue shaded area sitting at 72.60 as well. Let's go ahead and zoom it in a little bit and take a look at the pattern within the trend. I've put these boxes on the chart to kind of give us an easy way to observe it, but you start all the way down at the bottom of the trend and you look at the black box. You see the congestion, support at the orange zone, resistance at the blue zone. It broke out in the direction of the trend. Then it went up and made a new high, came back down, settled down as support for 4 days into the purple shaded area, resistance at the yellow zone, broke out. Then it found congestion between the green zone and the yellow zone, dipping to the yellow zone, breaking out through the green zone, and continuing higher. So the pattern of the trend has been rise, congestion, support, rise, congestion, support, rise, congestion, support. Now we've risen again, so now we're looking at that congestion support, that pullback into support within the pattern of the uptrend. And again, incidentally, coincides with the 0.618 Fibonacci retracement level at 72.61. Top of our blue shade area for the day today, not too hard to see that as long as it stays above there, we're looking for support. We're looking for the pattern of the trend to continue. And the risk in that scenario is that the market breaks that pattern, breaks the blue trend line, breaks the blue shaded area, and goes back down. So as long as it sits above there, it's more likely a buy scenario. Let's take it on down to the 4-hour time frame. And as we get down here, we can see the market clearly was above the blue shaded area. In fact, yesterday, it came down to the 72.60 level. We took a buy into 72.60 during yesterday's trade room, or just before yesterday's trade room. We actually had a decent amount of profit. We saw the market push up about 30 pips from our initial buy yesterday. So up about 30 pips. The market came back down and closed that trade out with break even because we had moved our stop loss to break even over 20 pips. Now it's come back down, sudden infusion of buy orders. So what we're looking for now is, again, the market to stay above the blue zone. With this sudden infusion of buy orders gives us higher confidence that buyers are still present here at the blue shaded area. And the risk, again, is still pretty simple. We just don't want it to break underneath today's low. So stop loss needs to be underneath today's low. How far underneath today's low depends on your own personal risk management, but I would just say it needs to be underneath this low for the day today. Buying on top of 72.60. The target, of course, up here 73.20, the pink shaded area or higher, but that becomes our initial target in the direction of the trend, sitting on top of support today for the New Zealand dollar.
From Forex Traders Daily, this has been your daily analysis with Ross Mullins. If you would like to get Ross's analysis on all the currency pairs he's watching and all the trades he takes today, join him in his live trade room by clicking on the link below. Please leave any comments you have about today's video in the comments section below.